I don't know. I think it's along with the Combine.
What was the decision in not doing this?
I think it was just that I've been playing hockey the last 2 months. Just got back a week ago. Haven't trained at all. I think it's kind of like not preparing for a test, not studying. So I mean, for me, I think I just didn't prepare for it. Didn't want to risk getting an injury, and just stopped playing hockey.
But physically, you feel fine?
Yeah, I feel good physically. So.
Talk yesterday about picking guys' brains at Worlds. Did you get to know Jack Eichel at all?
Yeah, I got to know him a little bit. He's a pretty good guy. Obviously, a really talented player too. So he was really nice to me, and he's a good guy.
Jack, with you, presumably going 1 or 2 in the draft, what's the benefit of you being here in the first place?
I think that it's good for me to get to know the teams a little bit. Obviously, the Combine's a big thing, so I kind of owed it to be here, and it's a big event that helps a lot of people out. So I mean, for me, it was good to get to know a few teams and kind of let the teams pick my brain a little bit.
A lot of great representation this year by the U.S. National Development Program. Is this just a blip, or has something changed in the program that's made it stronger?
I don't think it's a blip. I think that USA Hockey's at the best it's ever been right now. I think there's a lot of talent coming up the pipeline. I mean, obviously, you see all the young guys in the NHL, the Americans that are at the top of the league right now. So I think there's a lot more from where that came from.
You've had a lot of different experiences, but what did the program do for you?
Yeah, I mean, I went in there as a 16-year-old, kind of just a skinny kid here. I'm kind of leaving as more of a man. I mean, obviously the things it does on the ice for you is second to none the training we do. But I think being around those people made some lifelong friends and a lot of great memories there.
Along those lines, who were you most intrigued by among your peers with the program to see where they get drafted?
You know, you're on the same team as those guys for 2 years. I think every guy you have an invested interest in. So, I mean, every time a USA guy's name gets called, I'll be really excited. And for sure, I'll be reloading my page trying to find out who the next guy is. So.
When did that team get the sense of how good it could be and how much talent it had, and what was the realization of it?
I mean, going in, you don't really know. I think you probably think your team's pretty sick just because you're the top kids in the U.S., right? But I think maybe after the U17 challenge, that's kind of where we thought we had a really special group with a lot of good players. So definitely after that was kind of, people started to talk about us, talk about players on our team, and we kind of got a sense that we could be a really special team.
You guys are all so smooth talking to us for guys that are 17, 18. Do they teach you how to talk to the media too, or are you guys just all laid back, easygoing guys?
Yeah, I think the program's a lot of the same people. Confident kids, you don't get there if you're not confident, comfortable in your own skin. So I think that a lot of the guys are kind of built for places like this, and I think that's what's going to make them successful NHL players.
Jack, when you were over at the World Championship, you also had a chance to meet John Hines, the head coach of the New Jersey Devils. What was that like, meeting him and talking to him, and did he sort of get a feel for who you are?
Yeah, it was good. First of all, I think he was there as USA's coach. He wasn't the Devils coach over there. Secondly, he was coaching the D, so I didn't have too much interaction with him on the ice. But I mean, he seemed like a really competitive guy. He was pretty nice away from the rink. So I mean, I'm sure he'd be a really good coach to play for.
Who do you think your most underrated teammate is this year on the NTDP?
I think that we have a lot of great players, but the guy that is kind of the most underrated to me is Patrick Moynihan. Just a great guy off the ice. The way he can play through the one through the 4 lines. I mean, he started the year with Turcotte. I think he scored 20 goals this year. Has a really good shot. And he ended the year on the 4th line, playing in a checking role, PK. So I mean, the way he can play up and down the lineup, with the speed, the grit, and the shot he has, I think he's a really good player. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's a captain at Providence his 3rd or 4th year.
Now that you're done actually playing, what does the normal off-season training hold for you? How do you kind of go about getting yourself ready for another full year of hockey?
Yeah, I'm gonna take some time off here up until the draft. Haven't had much time off, but I think once the draft comes and goes, I'll get back to work, start to redial in, get back on the ice and get in the gym, try to get stronger, and then work on things in my game.
What do you want to work on this off season?
Pardon me?
What do you want to work on?
I think two things for me is my face-offs, my scoring. Those are two things for me that I really want to enhance and dial in on.
Jack, you mentioned taking time off. What does that involve for you? How do you sort of get yourself away from the game?
I mean, I think it's always in your head. It's always going to be upstairs, especially with the draft coming up. I'll be thinking about that. But I mean, I love to golf, just hang out with friends, hang out with my brothers. I'll try to be a normal 18-year-old kid. I think once the draft comes, my life will change a little bit. So try to take advantage these next few weeks.
Well, Caulfield, what makes him so effective?
Cole?
Yeah.
Puts the puck in the net, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, he can do it all over the ice.
Yeah, I think that you guys see the 72 goals that he scored. I mean, that's not too shabby, but I mean, I think the things he does away from the puck too. I mean, hunt the puck, always working, finds those areas, the soft spots. I mean, it's not a surprise that he scored 72 goals. I think he goes to the right places and is a really, really smart player.
What do you remember about that evaluation camp back in March 2017 when you guys all first got together on the ice?
Yeah, I remember Cole had no goals in 5 games. I don't think he did that once at the program. I mean, I think the high-end players were the high-end players. I think Turcotte, Zegras were probably the best 2 players. They were really good. But I mean, you could tell we had a special group.
What are you taking away from being here this week? What did you gain from it?
I think, like I said, I mean, I think I'm kind of just starting to meet some people, starting to meet some teams, and kind of have a presence here to meet certain people and get to know some of these players too. I mean, these are guys that are going to be in my draft class, so I'll be linked to them for a lot of years.
Jack, after the season, you talked about how Trevor Zegras is probably the most creative player on your team. What exactly is it about his creativity, or have you maybe tried picking his brain when it comes to making certain plays that he makes?
I think that for Z, like some guys think outside the box, and for Z, there is no box really. He's just a really creative person. Goofy, I guess. I think that helps too. I mean, he's willing to try some things, have some fun with it. So, I mean, he's a really special kid and a really special player.
When you have 5 potentially teammates going in the top 10 and then 6 potentially in the first round, does it kind of maybe help having those guys around, kind of helping you go through this once-in-a-lifetime experience?
I think that obviously it's nice having those people, but I mean, our whole team's going through the same situations. It's everyone's draft year. This isn't a junior team where you got some vets, some rookies. It's everyone's the same age and going for the same thing. So I think it's pretty good to go through the same situations as these guys at the same time.